So, hello everybody. It is a pleasure to present you the local project today. And it was quite a long journey this first year of our project because we were just in the middle of the project when Corona came and disrupted a lot of what we had planned. But we were still able to carry out some activities, some in the school context, and some others we called Coronascapes during the pandemic, the lockdown. And I'm very pleased to show what we were able to develop in the first year of our local linguistic landscapes for global language education in the school context project. I will start by presenting the logo because I think it's a very nice start into the philosophy of the project and also the website. And if you see the design of the website, you will see that for us, linguistic landscapes are also human landscapes, and that's part of the philosophy of our project. In the logo, you will see some landmarks of our partners. Perhaps you will guess some of them. Perhaps you will recognize the New Philharmonie in Hamburg or La Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, some local artifacts in the Portuguese coast in Aveiro, and a very nice old tower in Groningen, and here in Strasbourg, our European Parliament. So the aim of our project is to bring the linguistic landscapes of our urban spaces into the classroom and make the languages in our surroundings visible, and also to make them a resource for language teaching and learning. So I think the main point of the project is already stated in our own page, as we want to bring the ordinary places of plurilingualism, our linguistic resources, into the classroom. We want to map local linguistic landscapes and use them as authentic material for language and intercultural education. I will just provide during these first minutes of our Erasmusdays event an overview. I will present the website of the project, meaning what we aim at, our team, the resources we plan to produce during the next 2 years, and also some other features that I think may be interesting for a broader audience. So our project, as I told you already, is a collaborative project within this European field, and it is coordinated by the University of Hamburg, and I am the local coordinator in Hamburg. I think I didn't tell you, I'm Sylvia Melo-Pfeiffer. The University of Groningen, the Autonomous University of Barcelona, the University of Aveiro, and the University of Strasbourg. So what we aim at is describe the linguistic landscapes and describe the aims and also the formative needs teachers have in dealing with linguistic diversity in language education, and use them as innovative, authentic method to foster multilingualism and interculturalism in Europe. So for us, linguistic landscapes have the added value of being authentic, being around us, and being available as a resource, as a material resource to foster the language awareness of our students, to foster the language awareness also of our student teachers and from teachers that are already teaching at schools. We also want to count on students and peoples that are multilingual to research their own linguistic landscapes and to bring them to us, to make us aware of their linguistic expertise. We sometimes think that researchers are the experts or teachers are the experts in linguistic education, and we sometimes forget that our students already bring so much with them, and we want them to bring the linguistic landscapes that they are familiar with into our into our school environments. So when we think of the visual turn in applied language studies, for example, with use of photos, videos, collage, drawings. So linguistic landscapes also connect to this multilingual and visual turn, and with the broader discussions on sociolinguistic, on multidiversity or hyperdiversity, and also with all the discourse on the multilingual turn in language education. So I think local brings a lot of all these theories and about these turns in language education to the classroom. As you will see this afternoon, we didn't limit the scope of linguistic landscapes to the urban linguistic landscapes, as we also made some work on schoolscaping, and meaning the linguistic landscape of the school context, and also in homescaping, meaning the languages that surround us at home. And this was quite important in the time we were living the COVID pandemic and staying at home. So the team in Groningen, for example, developed a wonderful task of collecting all the elements that were surrounding us at home and called it Coronascapes. That was very, very engaging also for the students. So these are the principles of our project. We think that in the realm of intercultural learning and in the development of intercultural competence, local is situated in the dimension of savoir s'engager that was conceptualized by Michael Byram. And we intend to produce 4 intellectual outputs. That's the meta language of the European Commission funding our project. Just to let you know, this is a project founded in 2019 with this code. And so we will intend at the end of the 3 years of the project to develop 4 intellectual outputs. One are the multilingual modules on linguistic landscapes and for language education, and they will be teacher and teacher trainers in order to provide them with some help and guiding activities about how to produce material, how to evaluate, how to put these materials into practice in a specific contexts. We will also develop a library containing tutorial and podcasts on how to produce these materials, to collect the materials, the quality assurance that we have to keep in mind while producing materials and developing tasks resorting to multilingual, to linguistic landscapes. We will also produce an app for mobile learning, and this app will allow students and teachers in the classroom to map their own linguistic landscapes and to make some guided tours through the linguistic landscape of their environment, of their surrounding. And we will also at the end of the project, produce guidelines for the introduction of linguistic landscapes for language learning and teacher education. So this will be the end product containing a section on the theory of linguistic landscapes, bringing together issues on sociolinguistics, foreign language education, even geography and history, because linguistic landscapes have a past, a present, and a future. And we will also, in the realm of these guidelines, produce some we will produce some guidelines on how to conceive and develop tasks resulting to linguistic landscapes. So it will be a mixture of theory, practical implications, and also some examples of activities we can develop resulting to linguistic landscapes. Here you will see also we are team of 5 universities, with University Aveiro, who is coordinating this Erasmusdays event. You will see each team as a linguistic local landscape. Here I love Aveiro, the city, with the partners of the University of Aveiro. I think I may say that Monica Lourenço is the local coordinator in Portugal. We also have the Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona, with Melinda Dooley being the local coordinator of the project. And here also with a very telling image of the linguistic landscape of this bilingual region, Catalonia. We also have the University of Groningen, with Joana Duarte being the local coordinator of the project. The University of Hamburg, with Silvia Melo-Pfeiffer, that's me, being the local coordinator of the project. I think I can say that Lisa Maria Brinkman is also presenting a communication this afternoon on the perspective of researchers dealing with linguistic landscapes. So I think that's a very nice way to introduce the events that will follow this one. And also the University of Strasbourg, with Andrea Young being the local coordinator. We are planning, as I told you, to develop 4 resources that will be available in this space of our platform of the project. These resources will be multilingual, and as you'll see, there's a lot of work in progress in the realm of the production of modules, podcasts, and tutorials, the app, and we are also adding some videos about working with linguistic landscapes. Here is already an example, Linguistic Landscapes Are Talking, a video that you will also find in our YouTube channel, and here for the guidelines that will be produced. In the times to come, we will also upload some promotional material, postcards and flyers in this space if you are interested in working and disseminating our project. If you see here this folder news, I would like to say that in the present time, this is a very dynamic section of our website, and that's mainly because either you contact us directly and say, I want to participate and make my linguistic landscape familiar to you and to your reader, because we are inviting researchers with similar or projects on linguistic diversity to contribute to our project. So in this section news, we have some texts written by other experts on these domains. So like, for example, Corina Seals in New Zealand, who is developing a very interesting project on the use of on the use of Maori and other languages in New Zealand. And Samoan, I forgot this name. And she's analyzing the translanguaging practices in these communities and how they mix these languages also with English. And I think you will love this project as well. And you always have the contact, you have the person, the university contributing to our project. And in this case, from Corina, also some references helping us to navigate this theme. But it's not all we have. We also have the announcement of this event in Global Erasmus Days. We have also in this section a lot on the scientific dissemination of the project. Here, for example, in an event called Franco-Humanistentag, where Lisa Maria Brickman presented the perspectives of teachers and student teachers on the use of linguistic landscapes in the classroom. And as you already see, this section of our website is multilingual. So you will have here some Maori, some Russian, you have English, you have German, you have Portuguese, for example, as well, because Maria Célia Lima Hernandes from São Paulo writes about the linguistic landscapes of this Brazilian city. And interestingly, you will also have a lot of visuals when the people contribute to our website. We also have some announcements regarding local, meaning the project being presented in some events here in Curitiba, in the Paraná state in Brazilian. You also have some other contributions from outside us to the project. Very nice colleagues of us reporting here, for example, on the linguistic landscape in Denmark. And for example, here in Canada, the added value of using linguistic landscapes in the classroom by Danielle Moore, who is also, whose video you already can take a look at in our YouTube channel. So what I wanted to say to you, showing all this, is that you can subscribe our platform and you will receive every news that is being published, namely in this section. And it will always be a surprise in which languages and which country they will be reporting on. And you can also contact us with your linguistic landscape, making comments, suggestions, saying, I want to contribute to your website. So this is a very dynamic platform, should also be and should bring the linguistic landscapes closer to you. What I also want to say is that you can contact us, you can subscribe to the blog, you can send us directly also your ideas on how to make our project reach a broader audience, and also to share your experiences, your work, your materials, why not, with us. If you want to make them available to our project in our section resources. We are welcoming all participants wishing to connect with linguistic landscapes and to use them as pedagogical resources. In the pipeline, just to if you willing to receive new content from local, we have some participants reporting on linguistic landscapes in Bangladesh to be published next, Pakistan, for example, the United States, namely with the linguistic landscape of Princeton, and Canada, Israel are also joining us in the days to come. So keep in touch with local. Local will definitely go global, and I am very much happy to answer all your questions in the minutes to come. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. If you have questions, just write them in the chat, in the local project chat. And then Sylvia will answer to you. Sylvia, I think you should open the local project webpage
Again?
of the YouTube.
I will. Here we are. Okay, that's a very nice question. Yeah, so we are working on the structure of the podcasts and on the elements we want to include in this material. I would say by the end of the second year of the project, we might already have some of the podcasts produced. In order to engage with the production, to start with the production, we still have to collect some material also in the classroom, and as soon as we will come back to school, I think we will be we'll be able to start producing them and to engage with the translation or with showcasing the different materials we want to produce here. Yeah, thank you, Lisa, for your comment about the linguistic landscapes that we can upload on the website. So if you'd like to participate in our news section, for example, we had, just to give you some examples, Maria Célia from São Paulo. So Maria Célia presented a very dynamic surrounding where she lives. So you can present your street, you can present your city, you can present your region. So it's very free. Freya, for example, from Pakistan, will present a city and how the different languages combine. We will have also, just remember what we already become in this section. We had the linguistic landscapes here from Copenhagen, being not just a linguistic landscape, but in a broader, a general term, semiotic landscape with signs and instructions in different languages. You can see them here. You have the facades from ice cream stores. You may have wine menus. There's a lot of elements you can present. I will have some billboards about Princeton, so it's very, very diverse. And if we think in the text sent by Daniel Moore, for example, you have the presence of the different majority minority languages in Canada. So, and also a small text on the values attached for with the use of these languages in signs, billboards, and so on, with some information about texts you can use to know more about the pedagogical use of linguistic landscapes. So just to give a short answer to Lisa, you can present, I would say Mexico, some city. You can present a classroom, you can present a school, you can present the foodscape of your kitchen. So that's really very open, very broad. And I think we can accept all kind of descriptions dealing with linguistic landscapes in different settings. It could be your kitchen, your supermarket, your school, your street, your country, anything that has a meaning to the presence of, about the presence of linguistic landscapes in our surroundings. Oh, and I could add, sorry about this, I could add, if you have some experience also dealing with linguistic landscapes in the school context, that would be very, very productive for our project and website as well. So share your experiences as well in the classroom. And yeah, so that's the general idea, to use this space, this virtual space, to collect material and also to share experience on the use of linguistic landscapes for language education in the school context. Mm-hmm. Oh, and another question just popped up, about what we aim to, what we expect to reach by the end of this project. Well, the first aim, if we think of the philosophy of the project, is to have them transferred for the classroom and to have linguistic landscapes present in our pedagogical scenarios as authentic material for multilingual education. Because one of the main issues nowadays is that there's a discrepancy between what is being researched in terms of multilingualism, about plurilingual repertoires, and how our school tends to maintain monolingual mindset in the classroom. So we think, and that's one of our main aims, we aim at bringing plurilingualism, multilingualism as lived, as experienced in our everyday lives to the classroom, and make students aware of this multilingualism surrounding them, and also if they have a migrant background or if they have learned other languages, that these languages, this knowledge is important to acquire new competences, to acquire new linguistic knowledge. So that's one of our main issues. And it's not just about plurilingual competence, it's also about intercultural competences, intercultural communicative competences, being able to acknowledge diversity, to respect diversity, to integrate diversity as the mainstream in our lives, and the intercultural diversity. It's also about raising language awareness in the classroom, for example, by giving the students an opportunity to compare languages, to see how they are represented in the society at a society level, but also to make them understand that even if all languages are equal and have an equal value, they are not equally treated already in the visual representation of these languages in our surroundings. So it's plurilingual competence, it's also about fostering intercultural competence and language awareness. And if we integrate linguistic landscapes in the classroom, in a particular language classroom, in a particular target language classroom, we may also use it, and that's a very interesting result from a study from Senos and Gorta, that it also helps to understand how the target language works, and to helps also in acquiring vocabulary with authentic material. It's really multidimensional as a goal. So this is in terms of the philosophy of the project. If we speak of goals in terms of concrete outputs, so that's it. That's the modules in which we can use directly in the classroom, and also to in teacher education modules, so to foster the use of linguistic landscapes already in the first steps of teacher education path. I think that's it. And we hope that these products and these outcomes and the philosophy of the project will stay alive after the 3 years of the project, because we want to integrate these issues in the language education and teacher language education. So that's one idea for maintaining this project breathing, and these ideas developing even further after the 3 years of the project. So we expect to become much input on linguistic landscapes around the world. So even if the project comes to an end, the platform would be available, and we will be able to integrate all the contributions that arrive to us after the 3 years. If you don't have any other questions, I can now present our program for this evening. And you will find our event announced here in our webpage. And I will present the 3 phases of the project. I just got the sign that there's another question coming, but I will present the structure of this evening and then come back to the questions. So we have 3 key moments in this afternoon, in this program. One was this brief present of the project and the website called Come On In. And in the afternoon, Monica will present the empirical work done so far with teachers from Portugal, France, and Spain, presenting how they have integrated linguistic landscapes into their practices. And I already made this announcement that at 15:15, Lisa Maria Brinkman will present the perspectives of teachers on the use of linguistic landscapes in the classroom. And some closing words will be done by Monica to close this event and to wrap up the what local is. And the question that Monica was sharing with me is about the age group of students the modules will be designed for. And that's really a very interesting question, because so far we have developed activities for students ranging from primary school to the secondary level. And we even had already some master thesis developed on these issues. And one of them was about use of linguistic landscapes in primary school to make students, the pupils, aware of the languages they contact with in their way to school. And these tasks were very creative, and at the end they should. I should also say that this was a module developed for a school with over 90% of students with a migrant background and speaking other languages than German at school. And by the end of this module, they had to draw their perfect linguistic landscapes and to envision the urban space they would like to live in. So it might go from, and we expect to create material going from the primary school to the secondary level. Of course, they will have very different aims, and the supports will need to be different. I think that some of the modules may be adapted through some differentiation tasks to reach younger or older audience. So it will be very diverse. And one thing in this local project is that we don't think that linguistic landscapes are just very nice authentic material for pupils in the primary school or even earlier, but we can use them across the curriculum, and we can use it with very different target audiences in mind. So, any other questions? I would be glad to answer them all if I can. Thank you, Nair. Yes, she's also a friend of local project. Nair now working in Norway, and she will send the linguistic landscapes of Bodo as well for integrating the new sec in our website. Thank you. If you don't have any further question, I will be glad to dismiss you all and to say goodbye and to meet you perhaps this afternoon for the empirical discussion, because teachers themselves will be presenting their experiences and the perspectives of their students in using material with linguistic landscapes, and how they react to and evaluate these tasks. So I think it's the hands-on approach perspective we need now to see how linguistic landscapes can be used and can have a very can empower students in identifying the linguistic surroundings and being linguistic researchers as well. So I hope to meet you here in the afternoon and to see as well what you think of the empirical approach with linguistic landscapes. So bye everybody.